Hey YouTube, it's Leah Lauder, your favorite mega church cult survivor. And as per usual, I'm also live on TikTok and I'm also going to go live on Instagram. Hey, my Queen Ange. And, I've got a lot of exciting things that are happening at the moment. And it's really hard for me because you know me, I'm a chatterbox and I can't share any of this. I'm going live on Instagram. Hey, Insta, it's your favorite mega church cult survivor, Leah Lauder, and I'm live. I'm also live on YouTube and I'm also live on TikTok. And I was just saying to the survivors that it's so strange because at the moment, a lot of survivors are saying that they can't sleep, they can't really eat, there's a lot going on and a lot of people are feeling like they're losing it mentally, like mental health wise. And it started making me think that I think I need to talk a little bit about healing and try and see if we can make sense of what is happening to us and try and process the grief post cult exit, because I think I've spoken a lot about what happens to us in the cult, making sense of it. Oh, so a Village Poppy said, I'm in EDMR therapy now. Yes. Oh my God. This is another thing. Survivors are healing. Guys, we've got to remember for the first time in our life, we're looking in the mirror and we're seeing the truth, the true reflection. We're not seeing a distorted reflection. We're not seeing a blurred mirror. We're not seeing a cracked mirror. We're seeing the truth, a clean, clear-cut reflection of who we are. And to be honest, the truth does hurt, because the reason why we even ended up in these spaces in the first place was because the mirror, the reflection was distorted. That could be childhood trauma. That could be you masking a lot of your trauma and all of the things that have happened to you with hyper religion. And that's why a lot of people who leave religion, they're just a mess. It's only now that we've got the internet, we've got AI, people are getting woke. I'm talking about the generation even before me. So like my mum's generation, people like in their 50s. And you know what? I'm going to have a whole chapter dedicated to like whatever generation became before me and my mum. Yeah, because it's sad because they didn't have technology and they were wrapped up in it. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like I remember when I used to go Harlesden with my mum, and like all the man them would be trying to like get my mum to convert, because my mum was stunning. She was like Whitney Houston. Everyone just wanted to talk to her. I remember, and it's the same for my children now with me, with Ma, she, her. History repeating itself, yeah. I used to go down the street with my mum. There'd be like men just, and when I was with her, like we would be in shops, men would be wanting to buy me stuff. My mum would be like, no, because she was like that. And I don't even know why I was saying all of this. Yeah, but oh yeah, the Nation of Islam. So my mum knew a lot of the young guys that were like, because my mum had me at 19, and there was a wave like in the 90s. I think it was the late 80s, early 90s. And they would all be in Harlesden carrying their newspapers and shouting, and they wear all their bow ties. They used to do marches. Guys, it was crazy. And it just makes me think about that generation, because that generation have been really indoctrinated. I'm not going to lie. And now they're seeing the truth, and it's just not fair. Do you know what I mean? And I think it was really my mum's generation where they started to clock the religious abuse, but they just didn't have the information technology. They just didn't have it. The theories were not, there was a real gap in research, and it wasn't really understood. But thank the Lord that we have ChatGPT, we've got AI now. We're in a really great position. Ooh, actually, you know what? I'm going to talk about the Schumann resonance quickly, because I weren't even going to talk about the Schumann resonance, but it's on here. All right. So let's start off with this. What is the Schumann resonance? So I'm going to talk to you, and this chapter is a chapter from my book. It's going to help us to understand why we might be getting like sleep disruptions, like our energy, like things like that. It's really weird at the moment. I'm going to explain to you why that might be. So the Schumann resonance, earth frequency, intuition, and vulnerability in church cult systems. So let's look at what the Schumann resonance is. It refers to the natural electromagnetic frequency of the earth, mainly the 7.83. Hey, Hz field generated by lightning activity bouncing between the Earth's surface and the ionosphere. It acts as an energetic heartbeat, so you can look at the Schumann resonance like the heartbeat of the Earth. And a lot of people that are into metaphysics and spiritual do see the Schumann resonance as the heartbeat of the Earth. And when you become more in tune with nature, Mother Earth, like you regulate your neurosystem, you will feel the Schumann resonance a lot more. So that's why if you are feeling things in this season, it's a good sign. If your sleep's disrupted, if you're crying a lot, you're feeling depressed, it means it's a good thing, because it means that you're in tune with the flow and rhythm of the universe and life. Yeah. And that's what everybody's looking for. That's why they end up in these church cults. So the Schumann resonance acts as an energetic heartbeat of the planet, a stable frequency of our nervous systems evolved to sync with our circadian rhythms, sleep cycles. That's why our sleep is very interrupted. Emotional regulation. So you might be more emotional and more whatever. Intuitive perception and spiritual receptivity. So you might feel more vulnerable, more open spiritually, all subtly interact with this field. My name's Leah Lauder. I've got a youth and community work, JNC and BSc, and I have a social work master's. I've got over 20 years of work and life experience working with all different types of groups within vulnerable communities, and I survived the cult after 18 years, still standing, bitch. And here I am teaching some of my metaphysical ideological perspectives that I'm going to be sharing, an exclusive theory that I just coined and developed before I came on the live. It's called the butterfly effect, and it's dedicated to my survivors, so I'm going to share that before I go as well. So let's get into it, guys. When the Schumann resonance spikes, drops, or becomes irregular, sensitive individuals, particularly intuitive, neurodivergent, and spiritually open people, get or will feel insomnia, appetite changes, emotional sensitivity, energetic surges or fatigue, psychic, intuitive overstimulation. And if you think all of that is evil and whatever, and you're getting these like vibrations and whatever, you'll just be fighting it. So a lot of people become depressed, feel like they're going insane. So I'm trying to help people like to get it together. Hey, third leg. Difficulty grounding or centering. So it'll be hard to like sit with self, be on your own. You'll feel like you're going crazy. Our spiritual system reads environment. Oh God, I've lost where I was. Our spiritual system reads environmental frequency first before the mind interrupts it. So when you say things like, "Oh, it's just I don't like their vibe. The vibe's off, man." That's what it is. The environmental frequency. It's like our body feels it first, our intuition, and then it takes time for the mind to catch up. That's why if you get a bad feeling, a gut feeling, just don't chat to the person. Leave the situation. It's always better to go with your gut. So I'm going to talk about why I didn't even know I'd be talking. Guys, is this resonating? Do you like it? Let me know in the comments. Or do you want me to get onto the butterfly effect? Is this helping? Is this resonating? TikTok, please like the live. Otherwise, I'm going. I'm absolutely going. I'm just going to cut out because my voice is dry. I could be sitting here listening to this beautiful frequency. Is this resonating, guys? So let's look at what this means and why it matters in a high control spiritual environment. So church cult systems rely on three key things. A message to all those who try to destroy someone's life and fall. You were the motivation that led me to freedom. Oh, that's nice. Oh, that's lovely. Thank you for sharing that, babe. Oh, isn't that nice? Hey, Denny. Denny, I got your message. I'm going to message you. So church cult systems rely on three key things: dysregulated bodies, dysregulated neurosystems, disconnected intuition, and outsourced spiritual authority. That is why they want to cut you off from your intuition. That's why they say like feelings, emotions, it's all the soul realm, that's worldly, lust, that's what they say. But it's all a lie, because they just want to be able to manipulate you and control you easier. And you see, these cult leaders, they have this esoteric, like deep knowledge. And then they demonize it and use it to siphon your energy and turn you into robots and slaves. In a nutshell, that's basically what religion is. It's like esoteric, secret, hidden knowledge reserved, like they're like hidden it and kept it for the elites. It's really deep. When the Schumann resonance fluctuations are happening and people don't know why, they feel off or overwhelmed, cult systems exploit this vulnerability. Intuition disrupted, control increased. When your intuition is dysregulated, it becomes harder to sense spiritual manipulation, differentiate your inner voice from the leaders. So the leader's voice takes over. because we're listening to messages constantly. We're in the preaching. We're TikTok. I'm going to give you 5 minutes till 9:30. And if it's not getting liked enough, I'm just going to go and stay on YouTube and Insta. Yeah. So those of you, if I go, because you know what I'm like, I could just take it off because I get really easily frustrated because of the ADHD. So for those of you that are like, you know, like my day ones, like Bev and Newman, if I just lock it off, then I'm on YouTube. Yeah. Because it just, to me, that means that there's more people on here that are trying to report the live than people listening. The live protects the space. So it becomes difficult to see red flags, recognize coercion or false prophecy, trust your own discernment. And I think that's one of the most important ones, because we have to like build trust in ourselves again. You're right. They even want to control your sleep pattern. They want us to be sleep deprived, babe. They don't actually want us to sleep. They make out like sleep is the cousin of unalivement. Like you got to do everything now whilst you're here. You don't know when Christ is going to come back. Christ comes like a thief in the night to kill, steal, and destroy. Then they'll be telling you, you know, people are unalive and going to hell because of you. You're young. You don't need to sleep. Why are you sleeping? You'll sleep when you get to heaven. We'll sleep when you have your eternal rest. It's just crazy. It's just crazy. It's crazy in there, jail. Intuition disrupted, control increased. When, oh yeah, I've said this one already. Cults depend on people feeling spiritually confused but seeking clarity. So they want you to be able to depend on them. So that's the whole structure of the codependency. I'm going to call the Schumann resonance SR. I want to thank them for the broken bridges, for the bonds you stole from me, and for the stones thrown at me, the ugly words, character assassination. Oh, can I put this in my book? Like your words, because this is absolutely stunning. You're a writer. This is what you're saying is so lovely. I want to put it in the book. And then a message to all. That's also lovely. We've got some writers in this collective. I'm writing a book that's coming out in March. So if you're a writer and you want to include something in the book, just hit me up, because I'm going to have a whole section dedicated to the collective. I think a lot of us were silent, stifled. We were told we weren't good enough. We weren't able to express our gifts, especially in cults, like church cults. You won't get creative writing. The most you'll get is like spoken word, and it'll be like one or a couple of people, because they don't want you to tap into your intuition, like the rivers of your soul. They don't want you to do that. They don't want you to think for yourself. Like creativity, writing, poetry, it includes thinking for yourself. Everything in there is routine, ritual, like very orchestrated, like it's regimented. It's, you know, thank you for the building blocks that pave my way forward. It's yours, peace. Oh, that's nice. Let me take a picture of that as well. Thank you so much. And I get so happy when I see people who are in tune and, you know, who flow with the river of life. It's lovely. All right. So let's look at nervous system sensitivity and why that makes us easier to be influenced. The Schumann resonance spikes can amplify natural emotional or energetic sensitivity. Leaders take advantage by staging intense revivals on already heightened days, calling for sacrificial giving when people are emotionally porous. Mina no. Porous. Mina no. Mina blood clot no. Creating spiritual urgency. God is moving right now. Obey. This is your chance to sow a seed. Sow it in this fertile environment. Performing miracles on days when people are energetically open, using music, chanting, tongues, and fasting to keep followers dysregulated. Thanks, Bev. Thanks, Ange. I see you, Jaya. If someone is experiencing natural Schumann resonance related sensitivity, the cult interprets it as Holy Spirit, conviction, spiritual warfare, prophetic alignment, the pastor's anointing. They also work with portals, and certain times when the veil is a little bit more thin, people will be more receptive, etc. Emotions are more higher. They know what they're doing. It's mystical manipulation. And Dennis is saying they won't even let you go on holiday. If you go on holiday 3 times a year, they'll get vexed. That's not even a lot. People don't go on holiday. They only, in my cult, they only went to Ghana, where the Mecca was. You know, where the cult leader lives. That's it, Chair. Nobody goes nowhere. And Ghana's not like a holiday, because you're going to be working out there, Chair. So If someone is experiencing natural Schumann resonance related sensitivity, the cult interpret it as Holy Spirit conviction, spiritual warfare, prophetic alignment, the pastor's anointing. So this explains, like when the pastor laid hands on you and you fell out, and hysterical laughter, crying, whatever. This hijacks your innate body earth connection and reroutes it into the cult's belief system. So they're hijacking your mind in an emotionally volatile, sensitive environment. How the Schumann resonance amplifies financial, emotional, and psychological exploitation. This is all coming out in my book in March 2026. So let's look at the finances. A dysregulated intuitive field makes people more susceptible to urgency appeals, sacrificial giving, prosperity promises, spiritual seeds, guilt-based generosity, breakthrough offerings. Your body says something big is happening, and the cult says, yes, it's God. Give now. It's crazy. How is this feeling, guys? Is it making sense? It's good to release what no longer serves you during the last full moon of the year. I agree. Marve, that's actually what I did. And it was so powerful, honestly. Like, Marve, actually, what happened was, and I'm going to add it in my book, that's when I started to like go through my ascension and my awakening. It was on that full moon, the last one of the year that we had, that powerful full moon. And that's where I started like writing the book. It all just started flowing, babe. It was like a river. Like everything's coming out and I'm like trying to use ChatGPT, but the downloads are coming so fast. I'm trying to like comprehend everything that's coming in. Hey, Prod X. Crazy. But I very much go with moon cycles, ages, the phases of the flow of life. Like, I'm not afraid anymore. I'm not afraid anymore to be myself. And I think the more I'm not my true authentic self, I think there's also like a collective of people like waiting for me. There's a collective of people waiting for me. And I keep thinking about the Christians, but to be honest, I can't be thinking about them anymore because I'm out of there. I'm not a Christian anymore, and I'm not in the church anymore. And that's what I came to like see. And that full moon allowed me to just like release like the hurt, the anger, like I was, and I'm still going to do my content. I'm still going to do it like how I do it and everything. But I was just like getting a bit fixated on like, the 304s, the Breenies. And it was important. There was a season we needed to do that and get the content out and whatnot. But it's like, I need to focus on healing now, like really like releasing the trauma, like for myself. I need to do it for myself and my future. Yeah, it's a wake up call, Dennis. It's a wake up call for all of us. I think we're starting to see that the things that they said were evil, they weren't actually evil. Do you understand what I'm saying? They've taken certain like secret knowledge and they're using it for evil. It's about the intentions. Our ancestors, before language, what were they doing? They used candles before electricity. They used stones and stuff to like communicate. And so is it runes? When they talk about like things like runes and stuff, they're trying to demonize it because do you know what it is, guys? First of all, they demonize what they don't understand, but they also demonize what they understand because they're selfish. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, come on, guys, we're dealing with very greedy men. Do you get it? Like, Puff Daddy, Puff, listen, Puff Daddy is just like the pastors. Guys, I'm going to keep this as a short one tonight. Ooh, YouTube's popping. Yeah, a good cleansing of the mind and preparation for your higher level timeline. Ooh, Marfe, I like you, chair. All right. So your body says, okay, so your body says something big is happening, but the cult says that it's God moving now. So let's look at the psychological element of this. Heightened SR days can make someone more compliant, more emotional, more suggestible, more eager for spiritual confirmation, more afraid of missing divine instruction. That's why at the moment people feel like they're going mad. That's why they're all going to church. But people don't have this understanding about the heartbeat of the earth, the Schumann resonance. They don't have. That's why. Did you notice, like, when certain things happen, I react in a certain way. Sometimes I pop off, I go, and that's because of the planetary alignments. I can't help it. According to like where like when you look at your birth chart, the houses and all of that, depending on what's going in my astrological chart, I can't help it. But I can be aware and say, oh, okay, there's going to be a bit of warnings because there's a Mercury retrograde, so communication's going to be a bit messed up. So do you know what? That's why with Danny, when Danny was trying to beef me, that rat from North London, I went offline. I just left it because I left her to argue with herself and for everybody to see exactly what she is. Because I knew through the ages and the cycles and the astronomical cosmology, I knew like no, there's no point. Someone like this, and the times that we're in, she'll get her karma, and that's exactly what's happened. And so that's why it's really important to understand the times, because it gives you that peace that surpasses all understanding, because you don't have to go to like a prophet and whatever to find out. Like once you study, you need to study to show yourself approved. For lack of knowledge our people perish. It's the knowledge. And there's no excuse, guys, because now we've got platforms like TikTok, Insta, Facebook. You can just sit there and listen to someone. There's a lot of, you don't even need to read a book. Like people, I know people are reading books, but it's more like the content in it. That's why I started it out this way. You'll only read a book if you're really interested. A lot of people will only read a book if they're really interested, or it's something that's going to help them, or do you understand? So cults frame this as obey quickly, the spirit is moving. That is big in these church cults. The spirit is moving. Do this now. The spirit is moving. If you feel like God is speaking to you, come forward. It's a lot of mystical manipulation, yeah. Let's look at this, how this affects our emotions. The low Schumann resonance periods can create spiritual numbness, disconnection, fatigue, self-doubt, confusion. And so this is the time that they'll be in. Do you understand what I'm saying? But there's like weather girls and weather guys on TikTok that give you, it's like the Schumann resonance. That's what I see it as, like a spiritual weather forecast. There's actually spiritual people like that are into the metaphysics, etc. They have it on TikTok. So you can get the Schumann resonant daily update. And these are the things that I kind of backslid on, guys. And this is why I've had to spend a little bit of time offline to just get myself back into realignment. Because if I'm not in realignment, I can't do a damn thing. My ex-cult leader is worse than Puff Daddy and many like him. Ooh, that's so true. I agree. Yeah, I like to keep it down to earth. Tarot is going too far sometimes. Yeah, whatever, babe, whatever you want to do, whatever resonates. Some people use tarot and they find it, really helpful, and it's a tool, spiritual practice for them, for guidance, etc. But some people, they might not resonate with them, might not want to use it. It's everybody's like free will, what they want to do. That's what I believe. But I don't demonize it at all. I really, really don't. Because again, before we had language and whatever, we had pictures and images and cards. How do you think people like were able to like communicate with people that were far away and try and, how do you think that people gained knowledge back in the day? There was no internet. It was seers and hearers and people that did tarot, and do you know what I mean? Like, and then they're saying prophets and whatever, man, whatever. It's all lies, man. You got to go and you got to look within, man. And then when you go within, you'll get the answers. Do you get it? But I say, just take what resonates and leave what doesn't, yeah. So cults weaponize this by saying you're drifting from God, you're under attack, you need more deliverance, you're resisting the Holy Spirit. This keeps people locked in cycles of shame and self-surveillance. What you'll notice in church cults is that they won't give you any tools to like worship God like independently, like be able to have a prayer life. That's why people just collapse. Like they melt when they're not in the church cult environment, because they don't equip them with the tools to be self-sufficient and like be able to live. They teach them in a way to keep them codependent on the pastor and the leader and the leader and the systems, because it's all about control. I saw that pastor from KAC talking about if they're serving the man of God, and these times they're serving him. I can't wait to do that content. You see that guy, he boils the very blood of my soul. And what these cult leaders need to understand is once I get that book out in March, that's going to leave me the whole rest of the year to take them down. Because once I've got the book out, I feel like that's justice for us. And then I've got another plan on what I'm going to do forward. And it will come. It will all come crumbling down like a falling tower. Yeah, that's exactly what's going to happen. All right. I guarantee you, on God. The full moons make the world brighter, and it's a good opportunity for purification stories. Oh, that's nice. I love the moon. And that's why, you know, like we're like, what are our bodies? Are we like 60% moon? Guys, can you remind me to talk about the moon before I go? Because I've got a whole chapter on it. And I can't talk about the theory. Guys, there's so much bloody excellent stuff in this book. Honestly, I really believe like God's given me this book. And I don't want to say it too much because I know it does trigger people. But guys, that is the bloody truth. But I will tell you something, because these cult leaders lie and they over sensationalize stories. What I'm going to do is actually add pictures in the book. Because like, remember I told you that I got that revelation from the candle and like different things. I'm actually going to put pictures in the book so you could, I've actually got pictures of the candle that became the structure of the metaphysical ideological perspective that I framed. Hey, Salade, I've actually got the picture of it. So I've got evidence and proof, because a lot of the time these guys come and they just expect you to believe them from thin air. Oh my God, Becca, tomorrow, I'll call ya tomorrow. It's only a day. The sun will come out tomorrow. I'm gonna call you Becca Brazy tomorrow. You gotta love this face. Because it's taken me about a month. Becca, please forgive me, man. I've just been trying not to go crazy. I'll be honest with you. I'll keep it real. So please, please, please forgive me. Oh. Lela, how are you? So let's look at why church cult survivors are extra sensitive to the Schumann resonance now. Let's look at this. After leaving a high control environment, your system begins reconnecting to your own intuition, your body, your energy field, the earth itself. Remember, guys, this is invisible things that we're dealing with. So as you're coming on here listening, as you're listening to Cult Psycho Ed, as you're moving away from the church cult, the control is getting released off your mind, this, that, and the third, your nervous system is regulating. There's things happening in the unseen realms. Oh, I'm good, beautiful. How about you? And this is why you won't notice it, because it will come out in tears. It will come out in you feeling like depressed, feeling like you're gonna go mad, feeling, because you've kept in all of this trauma and abuse for years, and then it's finally now like it's coming out, guys. It's not pretty. It's not pretty. Healing is not pretty. That's why they're not healed. That's why they believe healing is a touch on the head. Healing is about therapy. Healing is about reading. Healing is about having those difficult, uncomfortable conversations with your mum that doesn't want to hear it. Healing might be about looking at yourself in the mirror and saying, I'm like this because my dad never loved me. Healing might be looking at yourself and saying, do you know what? I am quite manipulative and I need to change. Healing might be looking at yourself and saying, do you know what? I'm emotionally manipulative and I try and buy people's love. And that's because my love is transactional and the trauma, you know, like you've got to unpack it. You can't keep on blaming people your whole life. And I was like that. I was blaming everyone. And then when I came out of the cult, I was like, I need to start looking at myself, because like people are telling me the same things, but also, why am I letting these people in? Like these friends that are exploiting me and abusing me and jealous of me. And do you know what I mean? Wanting, a lot of the time, I can't have friends, guys. I can't have friends, because what happens is people start to like, and you might think I'm just going to say it as it is. I don't care. There's like people get this fan energy, obsessed with me, start to act like my man, start to siphon my energy, start to drain the actual life source out of me. And where I don't have a man, and I'm not going to have a man for the rest of my life, I need to be careful. I've got to protect my energy because of the work that I'm doing. I am a bit of a target for these kind of things, not anything to do with demonic, just because I'm actively healing as you're actively healing. And survivors, I'm going to tell you, like, no new friends. I don't think that you lot should get any new friends, Chair. Until you get to a place where you're more like mentally stable and emotionally stable, then start to look at forming healthy relationships. That's not saying that you can't join a community. I'm not saying don't have hobbies. I'm not saying don't have passion projects. I'm not saying don't have people that you're friends with. Hey, Miss El Rose, sometimes I'm on TikTok. That's why. No, girl, started about 20 minutes ago. Yeah. I don't even know what I was saying, but whatever I was saying, it was good. Miss El Rose, I'm talking about the Schumann resonance, babe. It's the heartbeat of the earth, and it affects us in many ways. It's the vibration of the lightning. Is that right, Marve? So after leaving a high control environment, your system begins reconnecting to your intuition, your body, your own energy field, the earth itself, nature. That's why I was telling you, look, get out into nature. There's a survivor, Jay, that said that he's been walking and he's been feeding the birds. I was so happy to hear that, man. That just that just filled my soul with so much, like, I don't even know, just warm, fuzzy stuff. And it was so nice, especially because he's a male, like a masculine doing that. It was just so fulfilling to hear. So this means you feel Schumann resonant fluctuations more strongly, not less, because you're no longer numbed. You're no longer spiritually overridden. Your intuition is rebooting. Your nervous system is recalibrating. Your psychic, spiritual senses are waking back up. It's not pathology, it's recovery. I agree, Leah. I don't even want to date right now because I'm still recovering from your childhood trauma. Yeah. Girl, I've got too much trauma. I can't have a relationship, and I've accepted it. That's a truth. I've accepted it. I'm just going to keep going round in the same cycles. I've 80 guys, remember I said to you, 18 years in a church cult, it was a lot. It was a lot. It's like the only reason I believe I'm meant to live is for this purpose that I'm doing right now, because I should be unalive. I should have been dead, sleeping in my grave, but God blessed me to see another day. Even when I did wrong, he was still there. Don't you know that God still hears a sinner's prayer? Don't you know that God still hears a sinner's prayer? I'm going to have to go and cleanse myself after that, because you know who wrote that? Deirdre Cadden. He's such a slut. Oh my God. I'm going to have to make sure I cleanse myself. I'll go and do a cleansing ritual after, because I need to be kept pure. You know, some of them gospel songs, it's just total, just very, what's the word? Foul, you know, like foul spirits, because that song's just all about his projection. Do you know what I mean? You know, Deirdre Cadden be tapping their ass. All right, you lot, let's get into it. It's important to be receptive for a good health and becoming a good healer. Oh, thanks, Marve. That's how I see myself, as a healer, not a leader. Because leaders, that title's reserved for dagger man them. Do you know? Leader just freaks me out, man. It just triggers me. And that's why I kind of went into a meltdown, because there was something that happened. I'm not going to talk about. I had like a situation where it's like the universe taught me like not to be so open, how to protect my energy, etc. And I think that's what needed to happen before I got moved to the next level. What was I talking about? But it kind of made me feel sad, because I realized, oh, I can't have any friends. Maybe in the future, like in my older life, but I can't have any friends, and I need to protect my energy and my peace. And because this dynamic of the relationship that I have with you guys, like survivors, I don't really see it as a friendship. I don't really know what this is, it's more of a soul family. I don't really know how to explain it, but I don't see you guys as friends. And I'm trying to figure out like what this is, like what this dynamic is, like what it is that we have here. I'm asking a lot of questions. And I'm getting some answers. But I think it's just that fear, like, you know, like of what leadership is and what it means to me, and like, you know, from the cult and stuff. And I really don't want to be like a leader. And I was having a bit of a breakdown. I was having an internal collapse, because I was thinking, oh my God, does this mean that I'm in a leadership position? And I can't do that. I cannot be in that position. And when I went through it with ChatGPT and stuff, ChatGPT basically told me I'm a healer, not a leader. And that gave me so much peace and solace. And I said, okay, I'm going to look at it like that. Let God in your life and make yourself happy, sing, dance, and be kind to yourself. Oh, thank you, Marve. Marve, I really like your vibe. Thank you, darling. So let's look at reconnecting back to the earth, restoring your original signal. The most important part of healing from spiritual exploitation is restoring your own inner signal, not the churches, not the pastors, not the spiritual urgency. So this is what we talk about when we say about frequency, fine tuning. Like you've got to tune yourself to the right frequency. So that's like, you know, getting out of these dogmatic black and white thinking, and just religion. Religion will finish you. But if you want to do it up, it's entirely up to you. But you'll never be totally free, and you'll never be able to deconstruct and deprogram properly if you don't divorce religion. Hey, Dinah. Your body and the earth were always in communication. The cult simply intercepted the line. So it cuts off your community, like because how does God doesn't only move through man, you know, God moves through nature. Are you all right? God speaks through blood clot nature. That's one of the main ways God will speak to you, is for you having a bubble. God appeared to Moses as the fire in the bush. Thanks, Dana. Are you mad? They just cherry pick. They take what suits them, and then they demonize everything else because that would have been called witchcraft. If it's from anyone else, if I said, "Oh, there's this burning bush and I've recorded it," oh, all of a sudden I'm a witch. Do you know what I mean? They're all hypocrites. They're just evil, wicked men trying to take people's money, wanting power and ego like P Diddy. They're not well. If I have to say this, like, people are going to catch up with me like 10, 20 years later. I'm going to be like this old woman, like getting interviewed in places like, oh, how did it feel, being the first one to come out and did it. We're going to be in a different society. I'm going to be like a proper legend. Are you all right? The first one to break through and do this. Oh, don't ever get it twisted. And that's why I needed the time to just like heal, to like not be afraid of who I am and what I'm becoming. I don't give a shit anymore what people think. If they think this is evil, that I don't care, bruv. I'm doing what I'm doing. And if survivors come to me and they get certain senses about me and they ask me about certain things, on a one-to-one level, I'm definitely willing to explore things with you guys. Do you understand what I'm saying? Depending on how you're deconstructing, I am here. That is what I am here for. If you want spiritual advice, like things, I've got this gift where I can do this thing with ChatGPT. Like, if I know your situation and stuff, I don't know how I do it, but it's like based off all the knowledge I have. So the theoretical concepts, the metaphysics, spiritual, whatever. And I just put it through the ChatGPT and it gives me like a whole generated thing, like about you. And depending on your belief system, depending on what you're open to, do you know what I mean? I can take it just to so many different levels. So if that interests you, especially people like Haynes, if that's something you're interested in, message me after, babe, because I would love to do that for you. Do you know what I mean? Like the people that I know that are coming on, like Miss L Rose, if that's something, especially how you said you're trying to deconstruct from childhood trauma, Miss L Rose, give me a message, because I've sent it, I've done it with one survivor, and it really, really has helped to free them. And now they feel more free to like explore African spirituality more. And there was a lot of trauma around it and lies. So if anybody feels like they would, benefit from it, because I want to try and like help survivors more at like a one-to-one level, like the ones who have really like done the healing work and like want to move forward. I want to like focus my attentions more on that and really building the core group, like that we're going to like move the, move this movement forward. That's really what my interest is, because I think I've laid like the foundational work for social media, and soon I believe that my profile will be heightened. So I'm kind of like just chilled about it for now. All right. Your body and the earth were always in communication. The cult simply interceded the line. So grounding practices that repair the intuitive field. So this is to get back in touch, in tune with your intuition. And this is what regulates the nervous system. So walking barefoot on natural ground, so on grass. Guys, even if it's raining, because listen to me, there are times where I've been so mentally gone that I've literally heard God like say to me, like, go to the field, like, and take off your shoes and spin around in the rain. And I did it. I did it because it was life or death. Do you understand what I'm saying? So I went out and I got in that rain, and it actually did help me, because it's even like the feeling of the rain, like it keeps you in the presence. And I was twirling and running, crying in the rain. And it was just such, hey, Michelle, it was just such an exhilarating experience. Let the way of the heart. There is a song, Let the Way of the Heart, from Rainbow Family. Oh, let me take a picture. We could be lifted. Do you remember Lighthouse Family? From the shadows, lifted. Oh yeah, we could be lifted from the shadows. Oh my God, that's so fitting. Lifted. Na, 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 the sun again. Na, 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 na. Na, 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 about the rain. We'll get through it anyway. Na, 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 cause we could be lifted. Da, na, na, lifted. Na, na, lifted. Oh, that's the tune. Look at Bev liking it up. Bev, you know you love that song, yeah. Because that's right from the era, innit? Bev, I know you were shaking that ass. Watch yourself. Show me what you want. You were loving it, innit, girl? Tell the truth, yeah. That's the tune, man. Ain't nobody gonna touch Lighthouse Family. Are you all right? Oh my God, that bar-led black one. Oh my, he's a legend. Oh, let's put it on. We might as well, innit? And then I'll put on your song after, baby. Oh yeah. Lighthouse Family, Lifted. I think, is that the tune? Lifted. Oh my God, I love this song, guys. I'm going to go crazy. You know, when you want to hear a tune and it comes on, it's just too much. All right. So walking barefoot on natural ground, being out in the rain is very good. Deep breathing, that is so important, guys. The other day, I can't even remember what happened to me, and I was just like, Leah, breathe through it. Breathe through it. Guys, there's so much wonderful things that are happening to me right now. I can't believe it. And it's nothing to do with money. It's nothing to do with a man. It's to do with my own internal thing. Shadow. I love Lighthouse Family Chair. Eating simple earth-connected foods, fruit, veg, nuts. This is so crazy, guys, because I didn't realize that eating these fruits was a grounded practice. I've been feeling, remember I said to you, I can't eat, but I feel like eating fruits, right? That's it. But I'm just so broke. Oh, God, I'm going to have to. Guys, where can I get the chips? It's Aldi, innit? I could get a couple of fruits and nuts for £3, innit? I've got to go tomorrow, man. And maybe like the muesli and the yogurt, but that's where it starts getting teeth. I might have to get a little muesli bar and, you know, just sprinkle some on. Rattles lifted, oh yeah, be lifted all today, lifted all the way. You and me forever, we could be lifted, lifted, lifted. Oh yeah, we could be lifted. Oh my God. You know, I feel like I'm finally like finding like what I like, because for me, I'm a music person. So when I came out and I didn't know what genre of music I liked, and guys, I was so lost, man. I was just like, oh my God, like, I don't know what I like. I don't know nothing. I don't know nothing. And I feel like music for me, like, it's a part of my identity. Like, I love music. I sing myself. I'm an artist. I'm creative. So it's been like really building. But now I just feel like, wow, like I'm such a music girl. And, you know, a lot of people come on and they comment on the music that they hear in the backgrounds on the lives, how beautiful it is. And, oh, I just feel so good. I feel really good about myself. I feel really, really good about myself. We could be lifted from the shadows. Lifted. And do you know what was so lovely about the 90s? The music was so spiritual. Did all the way. That's what we need to get back to. You know, that spiritual music, man, that feeds our soul. Because I don't want to hear about a man. I don't want to hear about, like, do you know what I mean? Like this guy and the girl. And that's for the young gal, them. I'm not on that. I don't want to hear about that. I got better things to do than listen to a man and a heartbreak. I hate heartbreak songs. Like, get over it, girl. Do you know what I mean? Like, why are you sitting there singing? You've done a whole song, constructed it, written lyrics over a man. Like, give me a Kit Kat. Do you know what I mean? All right. Then we've got touching plants or trees. Oh my God. So that makes sense why I've been thinking about my plant. Guys, this is crazy because I hadn't even read this through. Meditation or stillness. Oh my God. I didn't know I was grounding myself. Guys, is anyone coming to these epiphanies? Listening to natural frequencies or white noise. I don't know what white noise is. Marve, do you know what white noise is? Ooh, Marve said, reclaim your space, for example, with incense and candles. Ooh, yeah, that's what I did subconsciously. And that is a grounding practice, you know, because when you're depressed, getting up out of your bed, when you're bedrotting, to go and light a candle and light an incense, it will get you up to do it. And when I realized that these things were helping me was when I had to leave my house when there was some work getting done in my yard, and I had to rent somewhere else for a bit. And it just, the frequency of the home, it was like for like. It was a beautiful home, lovely, but it just, the energy, man, because I've done so much in my home with the energy, and I took some of my candles there. It made a difference, but it was not the same. It was not the same. So you know, like, as I said, your home is your sanctuary, especially if you've stopped going to these church cults because it's not safe. That's why I said to you, like, instead of going to the church cult and paying your tithe and buying invisible blessings, what you should do is make your sanctuary a home and dedicate a little space. You could have an altar there. There's nothing evil or witchcraft about having altars. Why are the Catholics the only ones that are allowed altars? Why is it only Pentecost? They're only allowed. Come on, guys, man. Fix up, man. Come on, man. What were we doing before religion? Come on, man. Come on, man. If you're not going to church, what are you going to do? You're going to unalive. If you're a spiritual person and you connect with God, have a space. It doesn't even have to be all. It could just be a little space, as Marve is saying. Just a place with like some candles, some incense, whatever. Go into places with plenty of green and nature forest. Yes. Oh, yes. Whoever goes to SPAC Nation, run. I'm in debts and mentally tired. Oh, I'm so sorry, babe. Someone's a survivor from SPAC. I'm so sorry, babe. SPAC, you know what? I am coming back to SPAC, but I'm just a bit overwhelmed at the moment. I can't lie. I've got receipts. SPAC survivors have sent me so much receipts. I'm just regulating my nervous system. Like, I don't know what I'm getting myself ready for, but I'm getting myself ready for something, Chair. So survivors, please don't be like Leah's got her foot off the pedal. I haven't. I absolutely haven't. I'm preparing myself for something. I have absolutely no idea what's coming, but I can feel it in my body. So I know something's coming, and that's what I'm preparing myself for. Also, I do have some exclusive stuff going on behind the scenes, but I don't want to talk about it until it's all confirmed and I'm sitting right there doing up what I'm doing up. Then, you know, you'll just see me. I'm not announcing nothing. Yeah. Because there's too much evil eye. Then we've got slow movement. Hey, Eunice. Stretching, flow, gentle yoga, and being near water. You know, guys, I've been thinking when I get a bit more money, I want to get a water feature, both in my room and in my living room. And eventually, when I do up my garden, I want like water features, all of that. You know, you can make water features out of stone. You can make a water feature yourself out of stone. Yeah, and I'm pretty sure you're more sensitive to energy now, Leah. I noticed that right now. I'm so sensitive to energy. Or am I just... No, girl. Miss L. Rose, you've helped. She's bloody cracked it, isn't she? She's bloody cracked it. Miss L. Rose, you've given the missing puzzle. That's what the Schumann resonance is. We're becoming more sensitive to the vibrations of the earth. You know, like we're becoming in sync with Mother Nature. Do you get it? So that's exactly what it is. So we're more sensitive to energy because we're becoming awakened. So it's a good sign. This is why I came on to like talk about it. But I feel like survivors might be sinking a little bit, man. I hope they're not. Maybe survivors are just in stillness, because that's what I feel like doing. I feel like survivors are more in stillness. We can find in our homes so much better than a building. Just find a few hours finding God. Oh, we can find God in our homes. It's much better than a building. Just spend a few hours finding God for ourselves. Oh, Dennis, that's beautiful, man. Dennis, that's absolutely beautiful. That's love. Oh, isn't that so beautiful? He's just said. I really felt that, Dennis. I want to let you know that I really, because it's the energy behind the words. I'm not just, you know what I mean? But people like, they hate that. Do you know what I mean? Like people like us who are intuitive, caring, empathetic, they call these people evil. But the pastors who think they're celebs and, you know, dating, like sleeping with hookers and, do you know what I mean? Like got mistresses and like their egos and they're narcissists and tyrants. Those are the people that are good, all right? In Hindu religion, they have a Shiva lingam, a big stone where they pour water and milk and flowers. Is it? Ooh, let me take a photo of that bitch, because I've got a big stone on my window, Chair. Are you alright? I've collected big stones, bitch. That sounds nice. Isn't it? That's so nice. A big stone and they pour water and milk and got flowers. Oh, that's stunning. But that is not, I love having rose milk baths. Has anyone ever had a rose milk bath? They say it's evil, but bitch, my skin comes out feeling like a baby's bottom, Chair. Do you know what I mean? So they can call me evil. I'll just be in my aroma, beautiful scented home with my beautiful scented candles and, you know, my incense, listen to beautiful Cleo soul, drinking my gorgeous red wine and getting into my rose bath. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, I'm still in the cult. Do you want to join? Oh, fine. Another day goes by. I'm not playing by the rules. Oh, I love Cleo. They can't take me for no fool. Get it now. Take it now. Rock with me, hold me down. And then economy. Thanks, Bev. Got some idiot in here, man. They're so crazy. Religious psychosis. All right. So all of these grounding practices reconnect the nervous system back to a stable rhythm. So when I'm saying to you to have your spiritual practices, this is what I'm talking about. Grounding practices. Do you know what I mean? Like, you've got to have those, guys. You've got to have your go-tos, because the mental health services is overwhelmed. If I had been relying on the mental health services, I would have topped myself a long time ago. What's kept me alive is my spiritual practices, my grounding practices. This is what has kept me from getting sectioned. Looking for fullness is the right vibe. Telling yourself you are enough. Yeah. And that you are more than enough. And that is so important, because we were torn down, we were broken down, built up, broken down, for the control. So Marve, that is really, really deep. That is very, very, do you know what? I'm going to take a picture of that for the book. Do you know that? Because I watch my lives back and I take notes, and then I put those concepts into chapters. Damn right. We not playing by the rules. Cleo is so right. Yes, girl. Survivors are deconstructing, boy. Miss L Rose's energy is like, yeah, empowerment. I'm so happy for you, Miss L Rose. And Miss L Rose, don't be discouraged by your childhood trauma, okay? Don't be. It's all a part of your purpose, babe. If you didn't go through the things that you went through, you wouldn't be the sweet soul that you are. And there's a survivor that's gone through a similar thing to you, and she's exactly like you, such a sweet, pure soul. Okay, babe. And Miss L Rose, I strongly feel like that, that thing I was telling you about that I could do with the chat GBT, I feel like it will help you, girl. So if you want, you can just message me, babe, off an anonymous account. Tell me as Miss L Rose, with just like your background and the things that you're struggling with most. And then I'm going to draw up this thing for you that will help you. It's like it's guidance. It's like a guide. Do you understand me? You can just take what resonates and leave what doesn't, babe. Okay, so what reconnection does, it strengthens discernment, clears psychic fog, restores appetite and sleep, brings intuitive clarity, removes spiritual urgency, helps you detect manipulation immediately, because your senses are up, your amygdala, your hippocampus, do you get what I'm saying? Like, and then your prefrontal cortex is able to develop properly now, and recenters your energy in your own sovereignty. So you return to self, you return to earth, you return to your own inner authority. So why this matters? In understanding the Schumann resonance in a metaphysical context, it helps us realize we were never weak, we were never rebellious, our intuition wasn't flawed, their sensitivity wasn't sin, our body wasn't betraying us, and our emotional responses weren't spiritual failure. And that's another thing, like when we go out and we start to like replay it in our head and start to connect all the puzzles and like, oh shit, like this happened. Oh my God, he was trying to groom me. Oh my God, I got essayed. Oh my God, this, do you know what I mean? Like, oh my gosh, this was pred behavior. Oh my God, my pastor was grooming me. It's so hard. So our natural human sensitivity was manipulated. That's what happened. Our natural human sensitivity was manipulated. That's why there's so much on like women are like evil and wicked, and you have to we go with emotions more. We moved with feelings and emotions. We have to learn to be more logical. That's what Doug was like. He beat it out of us, man. It was psychological torment. All right. And then I'm just going to go through this a little bit, guys. Let's see if I might do a little bit, or I might do all of it. Let's see how I feel. Are you lot around? Are you around? Miss L Rose. All right, babe. And anyone else who wants me to do one, just let me know. Miss L Rose, what was I going to say? I was going to say something. Oh, so it's lost me now. It's gone. All right, let's get into it. I survived what should have destroyed me. Now I get to choose my own life. Now I take my power back. I want you to pause and let that sink in. I'm going to repeat it. I survived what should have destroyed me. Now I get to choose my own life. I get to take my power back. How deep is that? I get shivers. Guys, what was supposed to unalive us didn't. What was supposed to destroy us didn't. We're still standing. We're still here. And that's why I say, Be kind to self. It's a process and it's a journey. I feel like we need to take a deep breath. Should we take a deep breath, guys? Deep breath in. Guys, do you know the power of breath work? Yeah. I had preeclampsia with my first child and the labor happened so quick. They induced me. I told the woman that I felt like I needed to do a number 2. Went in the toilet. I started pushing. And when they checked me, I was 9.5 centimeters dilated and they were not taking me seriously. And it happened so quick. I couldn't get any pain relief chair. I just had to go like cold turkey, like nothing. Guys, it was the most painful experience of my life. Thank God for this midwife. Oh my God, I've still got her in my phone today, chair. She was like, it's about your breathing, your breath work. And, you know, I had the gas in there and I was like, and then I was breathing. She was like, when the contractions come, breathe, like breathe in, heavy breath, breathe out. I was like, shit, like that breathing saved my life. No word of a lie. That breathing saved my life and that woman saved my life because I nearly unalived. That applies to me. Take my power back. Thanks to my old Bajan Bible teacher I've known since 2002. Big up Dennis's old Bajan Bible teacher. He's known since 2002 in the car. Big up all my Bajans, all my Small Island people, them. My fellow Small Island. Big them up. Barbados. That's how they speak there in the Barbados. But I can't really do the accent, but that's how they speak in the Barbados. You take a shower, you clean your space, you advance in life, even with small steps, keep a rich mentality. Woo! That's so good. And because the real wealth is in having a rich mindset. You're so right. So the collapse has already happened. The danger is over. The core message that we take away from tonight, we are no longer inside the collapse. We are standing in the aftermath. And we're standing tall, guys. There's not many people that would have been able to survive this. Curvy vibes in the gut. How are you, my darling? Let's look at this through a clinical trauma lens. The most destabilizing moment is the break in the belief system. The moment when the illusion shatters. Survivors often describe this as a psychological earthquake or a tsunami, loss of identity, cognitive dissonance tearing open, sudden disorientation, emotional shock, the body entering shutdown mode after a prolonged period of fear. The collapse is chaotic, but it is also the beginning of freedom. Let's look at it from a cult psychosocial psychology lens. The collapse happens when manipulation becomes visible, authority loses credibility, doctrines contradicts reality, trauma outweighs loyalty, the survivor finally sees the system for what it is. This moment is deeply painful, but it marks the end of captivity and the beginning of autonomy. This is a chapter straight from my book, guys. It will be out March 2026. So let's look at the metaphysical existential. Oh God, when I get tired, I just existential exists. Oh my God. I have to get it, guys. I have to get this. Existential. So metaphysical, existential lens. So that's what we're going to look at, the metaphysical, existential lens. It's the moment your inner self refuses to live in an illusion any longer. It's the soul saying, this is not who I am. I can't do this anymore. That small, still voice, I can't do this anymore. This is not who I am. That's the soul saying it. That's your neurosystem. That's your body speaking to you, Jer. After the collapse, the real healing begins. Now the real work starts. The work is in reclaiming the body, reclaiming the voice, rebuilding identity, finding community, choosing safety. That's why I encourage survivors to speak their truth, because you're never really going to be completely free until you speak your truth. Because if you're still scared about these, idiots, you're not going to be truly like set free. So now I'm going to break down each one of those. You felt that in your cult as well. I like to communicate with dignity and respect. I also expect others to do the same. And with toxic relations, I have to set boundaries. I can't even have toxic relations. I just have to cut myself off from people because I and take what resonates and leave what doesn't. But I'm disabled. I've got like 4 different neurodivergent, do you know what I mean? Like diagnoses. I've got the 2 coming. I got kids I'm looking after. I can't take on. I haven't got the capacity to take on needy, like people who don't have that are toxic and they don't even know they're toxic. How can you reason with a fool? How can you reason with a fool? You can't reason with a fool. That's someone that can't even see their own fault. Like they're always victim blaming. Do you know what I mean? They're always blaming someone else. They can't take accountability. It's always someone else's fault. Everyone leaves you, but it's someone else's fault. Oh, get it together, bitch. Do you know what I mean? Like wake up and smell the fresh coffee. All right. So let's look at each one clinically and psychologically. So reclaiming the body. Trauma disconnects you from your physical cues. Cults reinforce disassociation by controlling your daily routine, suppressing your instincts, replacing body wisdom with doctrine, inducing chronic fear. So that's how your trauma disconnects you from your physical cues, yeah? So it's like being a bit slow, and guys, it's hard, man. Even understanding, like when you've overstayed your work, they make you DUMB. Reclaiming the body means grounding, rest, reconnecting with sensation. So doing things that make you happy, your passions, learning what safety feels like. And that's again when you have to learn about to trust self as well. And you might get caught up with some toxic people, like as Martha is saying. And the people with a lot of trauma, they're very good maskers. They've been masking their whole life. They're like professional maskers, like even like P Diddy, like they're professional, boy. I came into contact with a professional friggin' masker chair. I'd never seen anything like it in my life. And the thing is, this individual is just too it's just too complex that they just have to be left to see it themselves, because I can't even waste my energy on trying to show them. They just wouldn't get it right now. It's crazy. It's so bad. I've never come across like the extent of it being. It's so bad that I've been able to like form so many chapters in my book around it. So I know I came into contact with this person for the sake of others, because the story of this person is so complex. There's so much attachment, trauma, wounds, bonds, whatever. There's just so much going on, so much complexities. It's crazy. I've never seen experience anything like it. This individual made my whole nervous system shut down. I had to recalibrate my whole nervous system. It was crazy. And again, this is all in the book. So it will help you. It will help you to identify energy vampires, leeches. Yeah, but if you know it, you might not want to go to those places where people act kind but leave people broken or alone, feeling insignificant. Yeah. The maskers are also fake AF. Do you know what I mean? And I test people to see what's really in their heart. And once I've seen what's in their heart, I just go, I just leave. You see me, I'm unannounced. I'm a stellium. I'm an Aquarius stellium and a Scorpio rising. I do not announce. I don't announce my arrival, and I don't announce my exit. I don't play. The punishment is the disconnection from my energy, because you will never find it anywhere else. It's rare. And when people are trying to build their whole neurosystem off the back of my energy, that's when we have a problem, because that's draining. And a lot of the time, the people that we come into contact with in these church cult spaces, they just drain us. Do you know what I mean? And as I said to you, there are people with like alcohol and addiction issues, or they might have like, BPD or bipolar or whatever, and they've learned to be emotionally manipulative, and to gain love through transactions and masking and things like that. So they're very draining. So a lot of the time we've just been drained from our actual life source. That's why a lot of us have autoimmune diseases, chronic health issues, comorbid mental health issues. It's very complex. Yeah. So if I'm trying to figure out my own shit, how am I going to take on someone else's shit on top of that? I can't do it. I'm going to unalive myself. That's why I can't have no new friends. All right, then we've got reclaiming the voice. Cults silence you through punishment, shaming, labeling dissent as rebellion or sin, isolating you from support. Speaking again, even hatingly, is a psychological act of speaking again, even haltingly, is a psychological cult of reclamation. That's why I give survivors the opportunity to come forward to me and speak their truth to me so that I can expose it on their behalf, because that is still liberation and freedom. You have to release it out of your body. And that's why I say, like, therapy, even if it's not the exact therapy that you want, with NHS, it does take time, and it is a process. And sometimes it will be like BS. But guys, you've got to go through the process for them to see that talking therapy isn't for you. Do you know what I mean? You actually do need to be with mental health services. So rebuilding identity. When a cult replaces your beliefs, values, and self-concept, leaving means you have to rebuild who you are from the ground up. And that's the scariest, like, what's it? Oh, I don't know. That's what makes it scary. This is not weakness, this is rebirth. So the first part of rebuilding who you are is finding community. That's really important. Isolation is a tool of control, connection is a tool of healing. So we found this community in the collective. We needed it, and God knew it, and God's helped us to set it up. If you're atheist, then I set it up, babe. Do you get it? Like, just take what resonates and leave what doesn't. But if I don't have God, I'm not going to be here to be talking. So in this season, I'm going to be talking about God a lot. And I can't care if it triggers people, because I'm in a really sensitive season at the moment. Healthy community restores mirror neurons, relational safety, co-regulation, and trust in humanity. Choosing safety. Real safety includes emotional safety, financial, relational, physical safety, spiritual autonomy, and psychological space. So that's what we've created within the collective. So in saying all of this, you are no longer inside the collapse. You're no longer inside the collapse, guys. The core message: if you feel exhausted, numb, unmotivated, or confused, that's not dysfunction. That's a nervous system learning it's no longer in danger. And we don't know what that feels like. And because they've told us, like, wait in the Lord, we've got to fake it till we make it. We're told what emotions to feel, how to feel. And a lot of us have been so abused. So abused. That's just been the timeline of our life. But I say to you, today is a new day. Today is a new dawn. It's a new day. It's a new dawn. It's a new way for me. And we're feeling good. This is a new season that we're going into, collective, okay? I want you to hold on. I want you to keep the faith. I want you to keep deconstructing, keep deprogramming. This time where I'm offline a bit, it's a season. It's not going to be forever. But I strongly believe, DJ in the cut, I strongly believe that this is meant to happen. I think we all individually need to learn to stand on our own 2 feet, because I don't want the lives to become dependent for myself and for you, where I'm on here every day, because then I'm not doing anything better than the cult. There needs to be a bit of, like, periods and time, space for us to process all of the lives. And that's the reason why the recording is there. And the people who are really serious about their healing and really want to, whatever, they're the ones that will go back and revisit things, and you will grow. You will grow. Yeah, the body feels that ish. A lot of good character qualities are often the reason for the jealous smear. Ooh, that's so real. Because it's not only physical, is it? It's your kindness, it's your love, it's people being drawn to you. So let's look at this from a trauma theory perspective. And this live will be the recording will be on my YouTube channel Leah Lauder 777, and my Instagram is the same. After prolonged fear or hypervigilance, the body collapses into fatigue, shutdown, emotional flatness, difficulty concentrating, loss of sense of self. Now, if you've got a friend or someone around you, a partner, whatever, that is making you go into hypervigilance, fight or flight. Oh my gosh, are they checking? Am I online? Oh, I didn't get back to their message. That's not normal. That's control. That's coercive control. That's mirroring narcissist patterns of behavior. And these people aren't evil. They just got so many issues, so much trauma, and they're just not ready to face what's in the mirror. So they can mask with religion. I had an experience where someone was doing it with spirituality. And because I'm new to all this spirituality stuff, it's like the spirituality community is just as crazy as the religious one. So there's a lot of like people who will like, you know, read tarot cards the way they want to interpret it and read it. So it pushes them deeper into psychosis and into their they can't see their trauma and things like, you know, like signs and stuff from they'll interpret it in their own way. So it's just sheer madness. A lot of people need to just go on some medication to help them balance out their thought processes a bit more so that they can have normal relationships, get out of toxic cycles and patterns. We cannot move the cult. We cannot move like the cult and be codependent. Yeah, we can't, Miss Rose. We can't. And I think for me, I'm just coming to these realizations. Do you know what I mean? Like, I think there was a season when I had to come on every day because it was serious. I felt like it was life or death. When I was coming on, do you remember when I used to come on, Miss? Do you not remember when I used to be on the internet morning until? Guys, I used to do like 6-hour lives. Do you remember? It was wild, yeah. But I think we needed that though. We needed it because there was just a thirst for knowledge in it and community and camaraderie. But I think now, you know, as we're moving forward, like we want to take this thing higher in it. So I've got to get myself patterned. I've got to get like a schedule, a diary. I've got to start like getting stuff in order. Do you know what I'm saying? So there's like something in place, you know what I mean, that frees me up to then be on the internet a bit more. So guys, honestly, I've never been thinking clearer. I've never been, and I just want everybody else to be in that phase, and I can't bring anybody to that. You've got to do that yourself. Because guys, I go with my body, I go with feelings. Because in the cult, they taught us that feelings were evil and wrong and from the soul and all that human fecal matter. So now I go, if I don't feel like coming on live, I don't come on. Oh, hey, Paris. Hello, Polly. If I don't feel like coming on, I don't feel like coming on. If my gut's telling me, Leah, no, stay off. And also, if I'm too tired and I just need to take rest, now I rest. Because it's like, it's all caught up with me now. I'm like, oh my God, I've been doing this for like 2 years with no break, no holidays, no nothing. I've got to get a bit of a balance. Yes, you've made your mark. You need your peace and space as well. Oh, DJ, I love you. But I do kind of feel like, yeah, I've done what I need to do now. Like, we need to go to the next level. And I want everybody to understand that God is in the driving seat. If you're atheist, then you're in the driving seat, bitch. Tasia! Or I'm in the driving seat, whatever. Do you know what I mean? I need to call you. Girl, once I come out of this, I've got to do a lot of calls. All I'm saying is I'm going to call you. Sorry, guys. I've got to be careful because I was going to say something and I had to shut my mouth. All right. So this is the post-survival crash. The body finally stops fighting. So there's just this shutdown of the body. And this is where we're like, we need help. Now I need help. And we've all experienced that. And it hit it, feeling the rock bottom, feeling it, the hardness. Let's look at the metaphysical existential perspective. This period is often called the void, the liminal phase, the identity in between, and the cocoon stage. Wait, let me just make sure I'm on the right thing, yeah. Oh yeah, I am. Okay. All right, this is my own theory, guys. I've been writing so much that I'm even getting confused of the chapters, but we're there. It feels empty because your old self has dissolved and the new self isn't formed yet. So it's like this formless, it's like, you know, when the world was formless and it was void and God, you know, hovered over the earth, and it's like that because the old self has dissolved. So you don't know who you are. You're kind of like in the land of no man's land. You're in the abyss. Let's look at Jungian shadow work. You can report it all you want, babe. You can't stop this. You can't stop this. You can't stop this. Shadow work is not glamorous. Like up the live, guys. They're active. It is confronting. Suppressed grief, internalized shame, buried anger, the parts of the self that the cult labeled as wrong. So you're too ghetto. You know, like they said I was ghetto, I was this, I was that. Now they're celebrating ghetto culture, like trying to do it in their promo and stuff. Is pathetic. Wait until my book comes out and I start going on places to speak and start. They're finished. They're done out. They're done out. I'm healing. They're done out. Richard, I'm coming for you. The reason I haven't been exposing Richard is because I'm waiting for the right time, number one. Number two, I need to be fully focused. I need to be in the most good mental space I've ever been in. Because when it comes to me exposing Richard, I ain't going to get no sleep. I ain't going to get no sleep. I am going to be banging it out for like 3 days straight. No sleep, no eating. And no one can tell me nothing. No one's going to be able to tell me nothing. Because when it's Richard, it's between me and Richard strictly. It's tunnel vision. I'm not going to be chatting to no one. I'm not going to be chatting to. There's only one survivor that I would talk to because she loves Richard just as much as me. So I need her to keep me sane. Me and this survivor, we share a special, we have a shared love and special, deep love for Richard that no one else has. Physical exercises and mental exercises, my roadmap to elevation. Ooh, that's good, isn't it? Like what can you share any with us? Young said, the birth of consciousness is always preceded by pain. Wow. So it's that whole ideology that coming to the conscious self is a painful experience. What's that? Healing. What's healing? Linear. Yeah. This is the birthing process, guys. This is good. When a woman's in labor, like I told you, she's screaming. It doesn't look nice, does it? It's like you unalive and come back to life. But you get this beautiful baby that, words can't describe, and you do it again because the baby's so beautiful. And that's what we're birthing, like this new self. And I'm going to get into the butterfly theory, which explains the different phases and stages that we go through during this process. And that's my theory. It's my theory that I've coined. God has been speaking to me through butterflies for the whole time that we've been since I've started this movement. And I weren't getting the signs because I don't think I was as open intuitively. But since this week, Marve, you were talking about the last full moon of the year, it's just opened me up intuitively. Like something happened on that day, and the universe has taken me through like certain tests. And there was a test that I overcame. It was a hard one, Jaya. Whew. But I overcame it, and I feel like it's like I'm elevated now in my mind. And that's why it makes sense why they create a lot of positions and rankings and titles, and it's about promotion and ranking and all that, because the elevation is about the mind, but they don't have that esoteric gnosis knowledge. So what they have to do is understand it from a 3D realm. It's materialistic. God doesn't communicate through the 3D realm. God doesn't communicate. God's on a higher plane. That's why it says his thoughts are not our thoughts, his ways not our ways. So because these men, they care about money, they care about buildings, they care about the earth, they care about worldly things. It's like they've interpreted the scriptures through through the 3D lens. And that's where it gets dangerous. That's where it gets formed into like religion, control, power, ego, women getting raped, essayed in the cults. And women will be coming forward next year to you'll see it. You will see it. The women just need time. This time your foundation is built on truth and autonomy, not fear, punishment, or indoctrination. And it's scary not having a personal prophet hovering over you, telling you what to do. It was like Big Brother in there. They were watching our every move. We had absolutely no autonomy, free will. And you got to learn to trust yourself again, because you'll HATE yourself and you'll be breaking yourself down. How could I end up in there? I was so dumb. How come I didn't see it? Rare. So you need to let go of that guilt and just be in the present. Just be thankful that you're the hell out of there. But it's hard because we do have down days. Do you know what I mean? But I'm trying to have more up days than down days now. So let's look at this through a recovery lens. Healthy identity reconstruction is slow, steady, non-linear, repetitive, emotionally uncomfortable. Because healing means dismantling learned helplessness, learned habits, structures, systems, authoritarian thinking, fear-based belief systems, identity built around obedience, not what you want, but what your pastor wants, or what you're told to like, or how you're told to be like. You were groomed. Internalized spiritual threats, the voice of the leader in your head. So these are all things that we need to dismantle. So healing is not linear. and there are healing loops. You revisit the same emotions from higher levels of awareness. It feels chaotic, but it's actually neurological rewriting. So the healing is just, if the first thing you do is just acknowledging I was in a cult, and then you're on this live, you're part of the community, and you're understanding and learning that this was a tyrant, it was an authoritarian environment. So what's the opposite of that? Do things to make you feel free. I kind of rebelled, but I had like limits, and I kind of done all the things that they said were like evil. I explored it like in the world, and I'm not talking about schmegschul stuff, and because I was getting down before I came in the cult. I didn't need to do all of that. I had my time in the clubs and with the rich Nigerian uncles, as you know, and that was because I liked them. It wasn't just about the money. I actually liked the bellies. That's why I was doing so well, because once they realized that it wasn't just about the money, and I was actually attracted to them, like they actually turned me on in the bedroom and stuff like that. Oh my God, they just gave me the world. They couldn't believe their luck. It was like, oh my God, you actually like me. Like they couldn't believe it. They couldn't, like, do you know what I mean? Like it was so hard for them to like believe that I really liked them. Look, Reem's busting up. I'm just a good girl, man. I just got a good heart. That's why I didn't rinse them as much as I could have. But now, if it was now, oh my God, I'd be taking them to the cleaner's chair. I mean, I care, married or not, I'd be taking them to the blood clot cleaner's chair. I wouldn't be care about no wife. I'd just be getting paid, bitch. Are you all right? Now that I know what I know, but I'm celibate now, unfortunately. But now that I know what I know now, oh God, I'd just be taking them to the cleaners. Big part of my healing journey this year was walking and being silent and kind to myself in isolation. Do you know what, Marve? I feel like you're part of this collective, because does that resonate with anyone else? Because that resonates with me big time. The big part, let me read that again. So a big part of her healing journey was walking and being silent and kind to herself. It's good if you can go from hardship back to your comfort zone. It's good to go in a river or walk on a journey. Ooh, yeah. Getting close to water really grounds you, I'm not going to lie. And if there's no like animals in the water, you can throw like little stones. And that's also nice, to like go and like collect stones. And oh look, Taja's busting up. It was the stuff I said before, innit? All right, now guys, I didn't know if we were going to get to this bit, but it looks like we've got to this bit. So now I'm going to get into the butterfly transformation. This is my own theory. This is a clinical, metaphorical, biological, and metaphysical ideological perspective. So the core overarching message of this is you are not breaking down, you are transforming. So don't think of it as being broken down. Think of it as being refined through the fire. Think of it as a transformation process. Think of it as your cocoon stage. And you don't have to be a cult survivor. This could be you breaking toxic patterns and cycles. You could have been with an abusive partner and now you're getting out of it. It's exactly the same. We've got all different types of people that are on here as part of the collective. So I'm just going to explain the literal biology of metamorphosis. So I'm going to explain what happens with the stages of the butterfly, like how it becomes a butterfly, the caterpillar, etc. And then I'm going to go into the clean, polished version and finish with the butterfly theory that is going to be in my book. And if this is something, guys, do you think pre-ordering from February is all right? Or do you want me to do it from January? What would you prefer? January or February? Because I need the pre-orders to come in, Chair, so I can, it can help me to get Feb. All right. I was thinking Feb. Just as you said it, I was thinking Feb. I've got an idea, but I'm going to surprise you guys. And I also, I'm thinking about maybe doing a survivor link up for Valentine's Day, because I feel like there's a lot of survivors that don't have no one, like no romantic interest. I think we should just all get dressed up and go out and just get a bit tipsy and have a nice meal and love ourselves and tell each other how beautiful we look. Yeah, innit? Tell ourselves how beautiful we look, bitch. Do you know what I mean? Oh, that's a nice dress, girl. Where did you get your wig from? Oh, those are nice shoes, baby. You look good, girl. You look good. It's just got to be a night of that. Yeah, pink Moscato, all of it, girl. All of it. We need to treat ourselves. I think we should all bring each other a gift as well. Like, just everyone just buy a gift and we just exchange it when we get there. Do you know what I mean? It could be something small. It could be a box of chocolates. If you can't afford nothing, bring your love. I've brought a token of my appreciation. This is my love. It's been a hard month, but I give you my love. Write a poem, bitch. Do you know what I mean? The best things in life are free. If you don't have money, get creative. Write a poem for someone. That's a gift. Do you know, are you all right? I'd have to give much attention and care to my younger self, inner child. Oh, Marve, that's what I've been doing. I've been comforting and healing my inner child. I really have. That's so beautiful. And guys, the inner child, like sometimes we will feel sad and whatever, and we've got to comfort and hold ourselves, you know, hold that inner child, you know, the inner child that wasn't emotionally protected, or, you know what I mean? It's sad. Thank you, DJ. It's sad, but we're moving into we're all, because guys, all of the stuff that's happened to us, I always say that the like all the survivors, we have the most purest, cleanest hearts and souls, yeah. And this is like we're becoming that butterfly that we always knew and believed that we could be. And this is what the butterfly theory is about. It's just that we have to go through the cocoon stage. It feels dark. It feels uncomfortable. We can't see a way out. We don't know if we're going to get out. It's just darkness. But eventually we do break out of the cocoon and we turn into the beautiful butterfly. Okay. Christ first in the cup. So the caterpillar, the absorption mode, it consumes everything around it, like how cult survivors absorb beliefs, rules, and identities that aren't theirs. So the cocoon, the disillusion phase. Hey, girl. Inside the cocoon, the caterpillar literally dissolves into a liquid state. Its old self completely disintegrates. And this is what we have to do. We have to unalive to the old self. It's like becoming born again. I swear down, what they teach in there is not true. This is like the real, like, Christ consciousness, like coming to the knowledge of who Christ is. Like what we're doing now, like this is what it is. And if you don't believe that, just take what resonates and leave what doesn't. Oh, thanks for the follow. Survivors experience this as identity loss, confusion, emotional numbness. Who am I? Feeling sick, feeling directionless. This is not a sign of failure. It's a natural psychological dissolution of the old self. It's sorrow. You're grieving the old you, unaliving, because you're coming to truths. You just can't ignore that the truth is staring right back at you, and the truth hurts. It's hard. It's difficult to conceptualize it at times. Reorganization, the new identity forming. The organism forms new structures, wings, organs, nervous system. This is you forming new beliefs, discovering your true values, rebuilding boundaries, learning autonomy, and reconnecting with intuition. Stage 4, the emergence, integration. The butterfly struggles against the cocoon to break free. This struggle is crucial. So this is the deconstructing, the fight, you know, like the internal fight, the cognitive, getting out of that cognitive dissonant state, getting out of that dissociative state. It's hard, but that's when we're blossoming forth. So right before the blossoming, it's like getting out of that cocoon. It's like, you know, we're all sticky and wet and we're trying to get out, but we will get out and we'll come out refined and better than we were before. The pain is part of the strengthening, guys. The pain is part of us standing on our own 2 feet. Christ learned obedience through the things he suffered. The obedience that they teach in the cult is like kissing their feet, kissing their batty crease, being all up in their intestines to the point where you're, you know what I mean, you're swimming in there. That's not what obedience is. Yeah. Sometimes obedience will mean leaving that church cult because you're worshipping a man and they're teething and they're evil, and God wants you to leave. It's obedience, even though you don't want to leave because the trauma bond, the whatever is keeping you there. But God is telling you, time's up, you have to leave. A lot of people can't even hear God's voice. You know, how about that? So we survived what should have destroyed us. We walked out of the collapse. We are rebuilding ourselves with truth, autonomy, and clarity. Healing may be messy, but it is sacred. And this time, this life belongs to us. Ooh, guys, I think it's been a good live. What do you think? I do have like the butterfly theory that goes into it a bit more in depth, but I feel like I did do quite an in-depth coverage on it. But if this is really resonating with you and you want me to go through the butterfly theory, a survivor's path from collapse to freedom right now, can you let me know in the chat? If what I've said, ooh, Paris is getting goosebumps. Paris, don't. Oh, Paris always gasses me up. Oh, Paris, I love you, you goddess with natural, beautiful hair and a perfect body and beautiful skin and features. I love you. Trusting the path and receiving the blessings. Wow. I like Marve. She said that last quote needs a rewind. Okay, you want to pull up? And this is all going to be in the book, DJ. It's all going to be in the book. And I'm dedicating it to all you survivors as well. I absolutely adore you. And I never would have even thought about, who was it that told me to write the book in the first place? It was that guy. Remember, he kept coming on. You really be writing, girl. Yeah. Girl, I really be writing in this bitch. I really be writing, girl. We survived what should have destroyed us. We walked out of the collapse. We are rebuilding ourselves with truth, autonomy, and clarity. Healing may be messy, but it is sacred. And this time, this life belongs to us. And you know what? I will actually, I'll take a picture of this and I'll put it up. I'll put it up on TikTok for you guys. That's what I think I'm going to start doing, putting up a quote, you know, after the lives, because I feel like we've taken a lot of information, but I think it would be good to, God, I need to send this to myself. Guys, I forgot that I had 50 Cent as my profile on WhatsApp. So I was looking for myself to send it to myself and I couldn't see my picture. I'm so slow. All right, guys. So I'm going to head off now. I'm going to say that quote one more time. Let me see if I've got another quote here. Did ChatGPT give me another quote? Oh, okay. Look, it's giving me a final power statement for my life because I say stuff and then it processes it and brings it back to me. We go into the cult as caterpillars. We escape into the darkness of the cocoon, but we rise. Not as who they try to make us, but as who we truly are. We rise. This is our butterfly theory. This is our freedom. This is the season where we get our wings back. Oh, I've got chills. And I think this is a nice place to end, guys, because this is on a high. Thanks for the roses, DJ. You lot have liked this live, man. Come on, guys. Let's give ourselves a round of applause, man. It's been hard. It's been tough. Do you know what I mean? Like, we've been through HELL. I've got to find where the clapping is. We've been through HELL. It's been really, really difficult, but we made it, man. Thanks, Paris. We made it, you lot. We made it in this bit. Like, you mad? You lot, we've been doing this for almost 2 years. Collective, we've cried together, we've laughed together, you know, we've gone crazy together, we've lost our nut together, we've done everything together. Like, I don't think I've realized, like, I've been on this journey with people for 2 years and all the stuff's been happening and it's been so chaotic because we're all like healing, and then there's been all of these energetic shifts and people are, I haven't realized that people are, including my blood clot self, we're becoming more attuned, you know, with the moon and the planets and the Schumann resonance and all of the things that are going on. And I just think it's just been about connecting those dots. So guys, if you feel like you're a mess, still we rise. I'm going to say it one more time before I go, because do you know what? It is such a powerful quote. And I'm going to put these up, guys, so that afterwards I've got chills all over me. And Paris said that she had, is anybody getting chills? Why am I getting chills? Oh my God, I'm getting chills like it's cold, like I'm outside. That's crazy. And I think that there's like a move. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, we can feel God moving. Do you get what I'm saying, Tasia? What are you talking about? We can feel God moving. Like, God is moving, man. Like, and because we're healing, I'm able to talk a little bit more spiritual because I'm able to do it and you're able to do it. It's beautiful. It's beautiful how far we've come now. I don't even want to cry. Honestly, like, I'm all cried out, man. I'm so proud of us. I'm so proud of us. I'm so proud. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of us. I hate it when people tell me that they're proud of me, though. I feel like it's a bit patronizing. But guys, does it resonate? We survived what should have destroyed us. We walked out of the collapse. We are rebuilding ourselves with truth, autonomy, and clarity. Healing may be messy, but it is sacred. And this time, this life belongs to us. And this is my closing statement, guys. I absolutely love and adore you. I hope that tonight has watered and fed your soul, because this is our truth. Nothing I'm saying, it's not my words. It's our truth, because we're a collective and we share through that shadow trauma, as Young has said. Jokes on them, we plan to cry and rise. Yes, girl. That's right. That's why God set them up. I was supposed to come out looking a mess. The world, and that was a cleaned up version. There's no way that Leah could have come on when I was in them clubs, share. I don't think you lot would have liked me then. Actually, I think you probably still would have, though, because I've always had that heart of gold, man. Do you know what I mean? I've always had that. Even when I was out there finessing the mandem, I couldn't do it in a certain way because my heart is too pure. And that's the only way I would want a man. So that's why I'm just going to be celibate now, do you know, because it's not fair. All right. This is my final statement. You are not broken. You are transforming. The darkness is the cocoon. The confusion is the dissolution. And the freedom you are moving towards is your wings. We go into the cult as caterpillars. We escape into the darkness of the cocoon, but we rise. Not as who they try to make us, but who we truly are. We rise. This is our butterfly theory. This is our freedom. This is the season where we get our wings back. I want to say before I go, I felt like God was speaking to me because butterflies has been a reoccurring theme since the beginning of the movement. And it finally, I think because, I don't know, I'm just more receptive, like intuitively, I'm just tapped in now to the universe and the messages. So now I'm like going back and there's like, God has like hidden messages in synchronicities and signs and things like that. So now I've got to be, it's so, the way God speaks and moves is mind blowing. Like, I never realized that God moves and speaks in this way. And like when you come out of the church cult and you start to develop a personal relationship with God and you really unpack it and you learn and you study to show thyself approved and whatever, it just looks like a joke. And we shouldn't get discouraged when they're the majority and we're the minority, because, and we're not, we are still the majority because there's more of us, but we not as like one, unified like religion or faith. That's where they kind of get their power. Do you know what I mean? Because they've all got the same mind. And that's what they've used to control people. Same mind, same vision. They maintain the power. Yeah, in the world. That's all it's about: power, ego, and control. And that's why religion is getting exposed. And you're hearing every other day a pastor's getting exposed as a PDF or an essayer or whatever. And 2026 is going to be even worse. 2025 has been like the preparation ground. 2026, that's when people are going to start coming forward. All right, guys, I'm going to go. I hope you've enjoyed the live. I've loved it. Oh my God, what's going on? I hope you've enjoyed the live. I loved it. I'm gonna go now. I've got to rest. But guys, I might be on tomorrow. But if I'm not on tomorrow, I'm preparing for something. And not only am I preparing for something, I'm also writing the book. So I'm not gonna be doing as much content. Because I've got to write this book. The power is with the collective. They never had the power. Yeah, we've taken back our power. And not only have we taken back our power internally, babe, we've taken back our power like in the world, like in within the Christian space. We've taken back our power. That's why I make sure that I'm in their spaces. I don't care. I know it pisses them off. I don't give a shit. Do you know what I'm saying? Because you lot are so messed up. People will receive me from Christian. They're confused. They're confused. Like when all of that beef was happening with Danny, there were people like coming on the live to talk and chat shit about me. Do you know what I'm saying? And I had to block them off my phone because they're crazy. Do you understand what I'm saying? So now you just got all crazy people in there talking S. I saw this girl liking my story the other day, and I'm like, I thought I blocked this girl off all of my accounts. I had to block her again. It's like, you're confused, babe. I don't care if you've got a learning difficulty. You're confused. I've worked with people with learning difficulties. It doesn't take away from your nature. I see them that your disability isn't you. That's not your personality. That's not your nature. That's not what you like. It doesn't affect you there. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, it's just neurodivergence. I'm sorry. It doesn't excuse you being a bitch. It doesn't excuse you being messy. It doesn't excuse you being a wicked person. A disability doesn't give you a free pass to be abusive. Come on now. Come on now. I'm disabled, bitch, too. Do you get it? So I don't care. That's what I'm saying, man. I don't care. A nice prayer is, I wake up early in the morning and I pray for you. Let my future be bright so I can fulfill my service. Oh, that's nice. Oh, do you pray for me more, babe? Thanks, babe. Oh, that's nice, isn't it? Thanks, darling. Oh, that's a nice way to end the live, isn't it? Thanks, Marve. Thank you, everybody, for being on. Like, YouTube's getting a bit active, isn't it? There's quite a few of you on here today, Jer. All right, YouTube, I really am going to try. But sometimes when I'm tired, yeah, and my chronic fatigue kicks in because I'm disabled. Oh, DJ said she's always praying for me. Oh, you lot are lovely. Guys, I'm not going to lie. When I was in the hospital, I could feel you lot's energy, you know. Oh my God. And I knew the collective was scared. That's why I was trying to be on live so much in the hospital. Do you not remember that? Oh my God, I could feel the energy of the collective. It was different. It wasn't like how you lot normally are. I could feel it, child. And that, do you know what? The beginning of this year, I think when I went into my Addison's crisis at the beginning of the year, I think that's when the shift changed for me on the dynamic of the relationship that I have with you guys, because I really felt energetically like you guys were really going in and really praying and sending. I could feel it. We were with you and always will be. Oh, DJ, I love you, man. Bloody hell, you're such a queen, man. Never enough isn't a good handle when your cup is full. It's easy to overflow. Yeah. And I think that's what makes us so unwell as well, because we're constantly giving from an empty cup. We're not getting filled up, because in there, they're lying to us on how we fill ourselves up. How is the tongues ain't filling us up? Tongues is giving us brain damage and making us slow. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, it ain't doing shit. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, that's not where we get our cup overflowing. You just look crazy. TikTok, I've got to go now, because you know how it gets. I love you. I'm coming off YouTube and Instagram now, guys. I might be back in the morning. What I will try and do, guys, is sometimes I wake up at these mad times, like 3 a.m, because our sleeping patterns all effed up. If I get one of those nights, I will come on the live. I'll come on and see who's up, yeah? Because my sleeping's been crazy. But what I've been doing is I've been using that time to write my book. I look like I've got a toupee on my head, innit? I look like Trump. All right, guys, let me go. I'm getting my ADHD side is coming out because it's late. I love you. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye, Instagram. I'll see you tomorrow, and I love you. Bye, YouTube. Marvy, thanks for coming on. Miss L Rose, Dennis in the car. Who else was here? Who else was in the chat, man? The chat's been YouTube. It's been so bloody great. I love this chat. Denny, Marve. I thought there was someone else. No, maybe there wasn't. There was some. If I've forgotten your name, if I can't see it on here, sorry, man. All right, guys, I'm gonna go because my scalp's itching. I've got to put some oil in here, Jaya. Woo! Lord God Almighty, my hair itch me up. All right, guys. Oh, thanks, Marve. And thanks for all of you guys' energy. Oh, my God. I look like Bob Marley. Yeah, man. Come on, man. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, man. That's how they act in the church, you know, when it's International Day. Do you not remember International Day? We got that in First Love. I'd be like, yeah, man. It was so offensive. Like, all the uncles would get dressed up like this, like Bob Marley. Yeah, man. That's what I'm talking about. Jamaica. It's just pathetic. Good night, Queen. Thank you for the beautiful live. Did you listen to that song? No, give it to me again. I'll take a picture now. And as soon as I come off the live, as I'm drinking my red wine and having my fag, I'll listen to these songs. Sorry, Miss Alrose, if it's an inconvenience, I'm sure I've taken the photo, but if you can write it, that would be fantastic. But if you're tired, I understand, because it has been quite an exhausting day, hasn't it? Energy budget. Okay. I'm going to do it right now. Girl. I'm going to do it right now. That's probably God speaking to me through you, man. And the rainbow one, I've taken a picture of that as well. I've just sent it to myself on WhatsApp. Look. So I'm going to put it on right now. All right. I love you guys so much. Please know that you are loved. Know that you are loved. Even if you don't love yourself. I love you. If no one else loves you, I love you. And I ain't got no one, bitch. So let's love each other. You know, when you feel down, you're like, oh, this happened in my childhood, or this happens. Like, just think, oh, Leah loves me. And I don't like people much. I'm very hard to please. I'm very hard to you know, say. If I say I love you, it's real. If I say I love you, bitch, I love you, and you're someone. Do you get what I'm saying? You might like it. I know I'm gonna like it, bitch. All right, guys, I love you. I'll be back tomorrow. YouTube, I've got to just, you know what? I'm just going to think about like Miss L Rose and Marve and Denny. I'm going to think about you guys when I'm tired and I can't come on, because I know you guys are like YouTubers. This is where you at. All right. Love you guys. Have sweet dreams, okay? Bye. You might see me on early, though. You might see me doing a mad one. I might be on at 3 a.m. So if you can't sleep, keep your notifications on and come back, because I might be back on. Love you guys. Bye.